Don't wait for tomorrow. Live for today. Keep chasing the sunshine and go out and play.
Good evening and welcome back to the Deal Reveal, where every Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern, we are showcasing a deal, sometimes two, sometimes five, but usually one or two deals. Tonight, no exception. Before I jump in, I would like to welcome and congratulate all the new members to the JK community. This past weekend, we hosted a live 3-day epic blueprint, the A to Z on how to do this thing, US real estate investing. And we are welcoming a ton of new members to our community. It was amazing. So much fun. The next one schedule is in 2 months. So if you missed this one, you can beg for the recording, or you can come live in about 2 months' time where we'll be doing another one. So congratulations and welcome to the newest members of the community. Tonight on the Deal Reveal, we are bringing a deal to you like we always do. The deal of the week, which is basically us giving away some of our deal flow. As you may know, we have a tremendous amount of deal flow, and sometimes the deal butler is finding you deals. But every Thursday at 7, whether you're part of the community or not, we are here live and we are bringing you a deal that you can take action on. This is a real live deal. And if you like the numbers, if you like what we're talking about here, I will put you in touch with the seller. Sometimes it's with the wholesaler or the agent, and you go ahead and make the deal happen. That's what we do here on the Deal Reveal. So we are going to take probably about 6 minutes today to look at today's deal. We're also showing you how to analyze it lightning quick. It does not take a master's degree or a doctorate to do real estate investing, but we do have to understand cash flow. We have to make sure that these properties are paying us and we're not paying for them every single month. We want some positive cash flow in our lives. So we're investing when the numbers make sense. And today's deal reveal, thank you, Bob, for submitting the deal to the deal reveal. We have 1006 Nathaniel Road in Cleveland, Ohio for $111,000. Let's see what we can buy. This property is tenanted. Rents of $1,400 a month are coming in. So that's what we got. Let's make this as interactive as possible. If you think this is a deal, by all means, yell it out in the chat. Give me some reactions. Off we go. If you would like to put an offer or buy this deal, send us an email. First come, first serve to go. We never do any bidding wars. If you're the first one, we give you your shot. If you're not performing, we'll move on to the next person in line. And that's how we work it here. And if nobody wants it, well, I'm going to go in and I'm going to negotiate it and most likely buy it myself. Just like you've seen many times in the past where people haven't taken action and I went ahead and bought the darn thing. So that's what we're doing here. Start our timers. We are going to pit this property against the two golden rules of real estate. One, are we buying at a discount? Two, are we buying cash flow? And depending on which is more important for you, where you are in your life cycle of investing, well, you can make your decisions accordingly. So start the timer. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. All I have is the property address. So first I'm going to go to Google. I'm going to type in that property's address. I'm going to follow it with the word realtor to go to realtor.com to see what they have to say. This is the property. You have a couple of pictures. What I like about this right out the gate is it doesn't look like we have any wood siding here. Pretty nice curb appeal. Don't have siding blowing all over the place. Here are some, I know for a fact that these are some older pictures. I'm just going to go quickly because I do have some newer ones with the tenants actually in. So yes, we did see some wall damage here, but these are older pictures, so I'm just going to stop sharing those pictures. They're irrelevant. So it's a single family home. It's a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,500. So it's rather large for a single family home. It's a little bit larger than average for the Cleveland market. What I like about realtor.com is this real estimate chart. Now here, this chart, the trend is pretty stagnant actually. It seems, according to this trend, it seems like the property is probably worth about 90,000. I know it's worth more than that, but you have to go with the online data you have available. And so what I've done with this particular property is I've already pre-negotiated this for you, that it's going to be sold at a 10% discount below its appraised value. So yes, they're asking 111. I honestly think it's probably worth about that 110 to 125. But I already pre-negotiated for you that if the appraisal comes in at 110 or 111, well, we are forcing a 10% discount, so we will buy it for $100,000. Pretty cool. If it comes in at 130, then the purchase price will be at 117 or 111. We kind of framed the 111. We're good at 111. But regardless, we have that additional safety in place for you so that we are for sure buying at some kind of a discount, which is the first golden rule of real estate. So, are we buying at a discount? Yeah, we are going to obviously make sure that there's not any crazy repairs. And here I do have some pictures for you. So this is what it looks like on the inside. The seller is ready to put $3,000 to $4,000 in touch-up work, but this is the current condition of the property. It is tenanted. The tenants want to stay. In fact, they're begging to stay because they really love living here. So that's perfect. That's what you want with your tenants. So a few pictures of the inside here. I got some more for you here. Here we go. They've been here for years and they want to stay. Oh, these are the same pictures. Hold up. Yeah, those are the same pictures, but I got these ones from the outside. Although we did see some from the outside on realtor.com. But look at that. We even have non-wood windows, it seems, as well, which is a nice perk. Perfect. Got the furnace, hot water tank. There we go. All looks fairly newer. All right. So that's when it comes to condition. Highly recommend you inspect properties before buying them and you make sure you buy at a discount. But that I've already taken care for you. So that's the first golden rule of real estate. Are we buying with a huge 40% off? No, this is a turnkey tenanted property or very, very close to turnkey and tenanted. And so a 10% discount, it's a good place to start. Next golden rule is there cash flow on this property. So we have a 4-2 single family. So two ways we can go about this. We can first look to see what Section 8 pays in 44110. All right, so for here, if you've been on the Deal Reveal before, you know there's a cute website for the Cleveland market, this cmha.net/rent determination. And you can see that a 4-bedroom in this zip code can pay up to $1,558 a month. Now, this is a single family, so this would assume you, the owner, pays for all utilities. So I'm gonna go and say remove at least 200, if not 250 a month from this number, because we're only going to pay for some of the utilities. The water and the sewer, the gas and electric are going to be from the tenant. So to make this a more realistic number, remove 250, we're at 1,300. But this property is already rented at 14 with a cash tenant, so converting it to Section 8 may not make sense financially in this particular situation. The other place you can go to get a sense of what rents are, you can go to rentometer.com, put in that property address. It's a 4-2 house, and let's see what kind of rents are in this area. Look at that. On the low side, we're at 1,400, and on the high side at 2,000. But these data points up here, these higher data points, they're in a different part of town. This is basically in South Euclid. We're no longer in Cleveland, so I would disregard these high points, and I would consider these right here. So that 14, 15, 16 is more what I would suggest you take into your numbers, and it's currently rented for 14. And so maybe you buy it and increase rents a little bit, but you're pretty much already where it's at. And so I would stick with the 1,400 and run your numbers with that. So 1,400 a month. What do you do with that number now that you know how much per month is coming in? We got 1,400. There's 12 months a year. Since we're in Cleveland and we're paying a property for right around round number 100,000, taxes are pretty low on this. So I'm going to use a 55% multiplier here. Um, because Cleveland has fairly low taxes, low property values, and low expenses for a piece of property. And so I'm going to say that there's about 9,240 dollars a year in cash flow if you bought this thing cash. Okay, so let me repeat what I just did. I took the monthly rent, I multiplied by 12, it gives 16,800. From that gross income, I multiplied by 0.55. Some people multiply by 0.5. If you're inner city Cleveland, low values, and maybe in a multi-duplex situation, I would put 0.6 as a multiplier. In most markets, you use 0.5, but because I know my market so well, this property, I think a 0.55 is still a conservative number for the property. So you multiply that by your gross income, it gives you an approximation of your net operating income, which is how much money this property is going to generate every year in cash flow if you bought it cash. Now, how much are you paying for this property? 111,000. So let's take our NOI and divide it by the purchase price, and we get 8.3%. That is our cap rate. We have an 8.3 cap rate. It looks like we have a little bit of cash flow here at 8.3 cap. You're probably going to get financing right around 8% if you're buying it with financing. And so your cap rate seems to be a little higher than your interest rate. So that means there's going to be some cash flow. And then on the first golden rule of real estate, are we buying at a discount? We're forcing a discount by the structure that I've already negotiated with the seller for you. So it looks like we have a little bit of discount. We have a little bit of cash flow. The two golden rules are in place. So that's what we have for you. Is this a deal or no deal tonight on the deal reveal? We have a single family, 4-bedroom, 2-bath with a small discount and some cash flow. Deal or no deal? Let me know what you think. Let us know. And if you're interested in this property, if you want to talk more with the seller, if you want to put in an offer, if you want to negotiate this thing, by all means, send us an email where info@jkrealestatepartners.com, and we will facilitate the connection between you and the owner. So I got a couple of thumbs up. That's fantastic. It looks like we do have some cash flow. We do have some discount here. So congratulations. We are definitely starting on the right path. And this is the asking price. Who knows if we negotiate a little bit harder, what type of numbers we'll get. But at asking, we have discount, we have cash flow. Congratulations. Yep, absolutely. Thank you, JK team, for putting the email in the chat if you're looking for it. Nadine said that it sold for $50,000 in the past. Yeah, it's very possible. It sold maybe a couple years ago, maybe before a rehab was done. I don't know the whole story on that. We'd have to dive in for it. But ultimately, this is something that I personally adhere to. I don't care how much a seller is making. I don't care how much a wholesaler is making, so long as my criteria for real estate investing are met. I want a seller to be paid very well for providing a property I want to buy. I want wholesalers to be paid very well for a property I want to buy. So what they bought it for, how much profit they're making is irrelevant aside from the fact that I want to say good job. You found and produced a wonderful deal, and I'm buying a great investment. That's as far as it go in my mind. Now, of course, as you know, I am a pretty good negotiator, and I do want the lowest price and the best terms, but I want to always keep it a win-win. I never want to get a better deal for the sole purpose of getting a better deal so that they have a worse deal. If we can both make a better deal out of this situation by bringing in terms, by bringing in whatever the case might be, future business, a good golfing buddy, whatever case it is, it could be financial or non-financial terms in your negotiation, do that. Do that, 100%. Perfect. Oh, so that's basically our deal reveal for today. Now I want to switch gears because I want to give I don't want to call it a teaser, but just an update on what we've been working on. And for the people who were there this past weekend at the Epic Blueprint, they were the very first ones to hear about and see a demo for the Deal Zone. I've been talking about the Deal Zone for a couple of months now. We are getting closer and closer to its launch. It's very, very exciting. And I have for you today the very second time that we will publicly be sharing with you an inside scoop on the Deal Zone. So let me pull that up for you. The Deal Zone is going to be the deal reveal but on a self-serve basis. We are going to put all of our inventory in a platform, and it's going to be available to our members. Very, very excited. So these are going to be off-market deals. We're going to start in the Cleveland market, the greater Cleveland market, and then we're going to expand Ohio, Florida later this year, and so forth. But it's off-market properties that at any time of day, not just 7 p.m. Eastern on Thursday nights, anytime you can go to the platform, check out these deals, put offers, and go get your cash flow and your equity. That's what we're talking about. So here's a little scoop of the deal zone. It moves pretty quickly. It's just to give an idea of how it's going to look, how it's going to operate. But here we go. So we're going to have properties with all of the important metrics of the deal. You want to know what the taxes are, the insurance is, the cap rate, the cash on cash return. You want to contact the seller or you want to contact the wholesaler representing the property, direct access through the site. There's going to be a map feature to it. It's going to give you all the information on the properties. Some are going to be populated by the seller, and then are going to have to be verified by the deal zone to make sure that what the seller is saying can actually be documented and cross-examined. You want to put in an offer, you just click on a property, you say this is an investment property, you put up a proof of funds or your proof of financing right in there, which is also going to get verified. So this is a way to protect sellers just as much as protect buyers in the transaction by offering as much transparency as possible. You want to sell a property, we have a whole other section for that. You pop in the property's address. It's going to pull some information from public records, and so you don't have to type in all the informations. You have pictures, upload them. You tell us what kind of property it is, what price you want to sell it for, number of bedrooms, is it furnished, is it vacant, what are the rents, etc., etc. You fill in all that information, and it is going to be verified as well by the deal zone. So when was the property built? When were the dates of the last major renovations? If applicable, what is the quality of the soil, of the land, the square footage of the land, of the property? Here, sellers have to upload rent rolls. They have to upload current leases, schedule of a tenant security deposit, property insurance declaration page, inspection reports, surveys, easements, payroll, management contracts, everything you want. Why are they selling? Right? Are they open to creative structures? This is all going to be automated and inputted in the deal zone. We're going to have a blog section with important articles, best practices to buy, and the list goes on. Contact us, all these beautiful things. Here's coming up soon is going to be something really, really cool. We are including into the deal zone contacts to different people or professionals you might want along the way. So you put in an offer. What's the next step after you put in an offer? Start your due diligence. So we're going to give you property inspectors' calendars. So you can book your property inspector directly from the deal zone. You can book if you want contractors or title agents or attorneys or loan brokers and banks that work specifically with foreign nationals. It's not like on Zillow when you say get financing, right? And you go there and you spend dozens and dozens of hours wasted because those lenders don't work with foreign nationals. This is going to be a site for you, for foreign nationals wanting asset-based lending where the deal supports the financing, not the person, not your income, not your credit. And so this is built for you, for our community members to go ahead, find their deals, skip a ton of the marketing efforts to find these deals because our reputation and our contacts, our Rolodex has already been pooling into this site for you. So very, very exciting. See what I was talking about, inspector, book the inspector, what date, what time do you want them in there? Off they go. Simple as that. Uploaded into your calendars. Good, good. Basically, how we teach you to do real estate and buy real estate with the two golden rules will never have been easier because the sellers are forced to give us the information we need to complete our due diligence. So just like that, that is an inside scoop on the deal zone for our community members. We're so excited to roll this out. We're going to start beta testing in less than a month. And so, if you're already part of the community, you may be asked to be part of the very, very first beta testers, and then we'll roll it out to the general JK community after that. So, very, very exciting times. That's our deal zone. Now, all of these deals are coming from somewhere, right? We're going to start in Cleveland. And would it be okay if I showed you a little bit about the Cleveland market? I know often on the deal reveal we talk about Cleveland. It's our most main market. It's where we reside now. It's where we do most of our business. Would it be okay if I showed you how we do our deal flow, how we do our investing in the Cleveland market? I give you an inside scoop on how we do it here. Yeah? Beautiful. Well, thanks to the Epic Bus Tour Cleveland edition, you will have an opportunity to come see it here with us, boots on the ground, where we are going to for 2 full days. And if you pick the VIP option, you have another half day just with Janie and myself and the other VIPs. So more of a private tour. But regardless, 2 or 2.5 full days here in Cleveland to see properties, meet the members of our team. We're not holding anything back. If we inspect properties, which we do, well, Joe, our inspector, is going to be part of the tour. If we get financing, the owner of the bank, of one bank that we have a partnership with here at JK, is going to be at the tour. You can shake hands with the owner of this bank who is going to finance your deals in Cleveland. You want realtors, you want a realtor specialized on the east side, you want a realtor specialized on the west side, we're bringing them both to you. You want a title company, the person you're going to send your earnest money deposit, who's going to be the quarterback for your transaction as you do your due diligence. Russ is going to be here with us. You want an insurance broker. Well, Dylan won't be able to come in person. He's got another engagement, but we will explain and we'll give you his contact information. All these power team members we are giving to you at the Cleveland Epic Bus Tour. So, what will you learn? By attending the Epic Bus Tour in Cleveland, you'll get to know Cleveland. First and foremost, this is a Cleveland real estate bus tour. And so we're going to teach you about the different neighborhoods, the important lines, important streets, junctions in the city for you to navigate, even though you don't live and you don't, drive these streets every day. We're going to talk to you about the different cities. It's not just Cleveland, but what about Garfield Heights, Maple Heights, Cleveland Heights, University Heights, Euclid, South Euclid? What about Lakewood, Ohio City, Tremont, Clark Fulton? So some of those are cities, some of those are neighborhoods. What are the distinctions and the differences investing in one versus the other? And what strategies are best used in some areas versus others? Some because crime is higher or lower, some because there's more venues or less, some because it's closer to the downtown, some it's because there's point of interests like the Racino in the southeast of Cleveland, right? The Thistledown Racino. There's a whole bunch of reasons and strategies based on where properties are located for long-term rental, short-term rental, all kinds of rentals. We're going to show you where and how to find those deals in Cleveland. We're going to help you evaluate them very quickly, like we do on the deal reveal, how to finance those properties. You're going to meet the dream team. Now, this is probably the biggest piece. Getting to know Cleveland and meeting the dream team are the two biggest values of this bus tour. And then, of course, getting to meet Janie and myself, coming into our home in Cleveland, breaking bread, sharing, building those relationships with us and other members on the tour. Those are just some of the huge values that are part of the Epic Bus Tour. We're going to show you how to manage properties remotely. We're still that's the only person who hasn't confirmed yet, but we want to get a local property management company to come in for long-term rentals. The short-term rental company is already locked in. We're going to teach you how to recycle your capital deal after deal after deal by buying properties right. Ultimately, we want to set you up to win. We're going to analyze deals live in classroom. We're going to analyze deals live in the field while we're in the property, while we're on the bus between properties. This is full days of learning and earning and knowing how to navigate U.S. real estate and specific to the Cleveland market. So that's what we're going to talk about. What are you going to get? You're going to get on a silver platter Forbes magazine's one of the 10 top best cities to invest in, according to Forbes magazine, Cleveland, Ohio. Who would have thunk, right? You're going to get a complete 2 days live in person. It includes breakfasts and lunches, snacks and beverages while we're on the bus. It is May 3rd and 4th. That's the Saturday and Sunday, the first Saturday, Sunday of May. And if you decide to take the VIP, that's May 2nd, the Friday, the second half of the day for the VIPs. The total value for this 2-day weekend, throwing in all of our teams and everything, $4,444. But as you know how these things work. You're not going to pay $4,000. But when you do sign up, you're going to get that 2-day epic bus tour live to meet all of our team in Cleveland. And you're going to get a first bonus, our ultimate real estate calculator with video tutorials on how to use them. That has a value of $57 that we're throwing in there. We are also going to throw in the Quick Start Bootcamp so that after your epic bus tour, once you're back home, we are giving you action steps to know exactly what you have to do to turn on the two valves of a real estate business. What are those two valves? The deal valve and the money valve. If both of those valves are open, you're on your way to build a portfolio. So that's what we want to do with the Quick Start Bootcamp. So that has a value of $111. We're just throwing that in there for you. So you get the 2 days, you get the calculator and tutorials, you get the Quick Start Bootcamp, and we're throwing in JK's Roadmap to Your First U.S. Property. That is an interactive ebook. I also narrated it, so if you want an audiobook version, it's available for you, but the interactive is really fun. You get to click and there's pop-ups and things that happen. It's really cool. Value of $57, although it did cost us more than $1,000 to create that, just the editing of it. But regardless, $57, it is yours for free. It's amazing. It paints the journey of our first year investing in the US, what we went through, what obstacles we hit, what learnings we gathered, so that you can walk in and accelerate that first year in a matter of a couple of hours so you don't repeat our mistakes and you're going straight for the results. So we got the weekend calculator, quick start, ebook, and we're also throwing in as a final bonus the 9 powers of real estate training. Why invest in real estate to begin with? Well, the 9 powers is why. Real estate has 9 powers where other investment vehicles might have 2 or 3 or 4. Real estate has 9. And all of those combined compound to some incredible investments and long-term wealth and legacy generation. So we have $4,780 of value. We are offering a spot on the bus tour for $777. So if you scan the QR code, or if you just take that link, JKT, and I'm sure you're going to drop the link in just a minute here in the chat, just click on that, RSVP your spot. If you are bringing a partner or bringing a spouse along, we can work with that for the second ticket being at a discount. And if you want the VIP as well, same thing applies. VIPs get extra time with us. They get extra one-on-one calls after the blueprint. They have their suppers included, which are basically mastermind suppers with Janie, myself, and typically 1 or 2 members of our power team. They like to stay for supper. We just have a great time. We talk it out, we laugh it out, and we make some memories. So $777 for the entire epic bus tour in Cleveland. jkrealestatepartners.com/bus tour. And JK team, thank you for putting the link in the chat there. You can just click on the link that the JK team put in the chat just a moment ago to RSVP your spot. We just started telling about it today. If you're part of the community already, you probably got an email come in. The dates on that email are wrong. We put a little typo. We did the 4th and the 5th. It's actually the 3rd and the 4th. But what I said today is good. It's the weekend, and the VIPs get the half day on the Friday before as well. So that's that. We look forward to seeing. Oh, that's what I wanted to say. We just started it out today, and we're about half full. Okay, the bus tour is about half full at this time. So if you are serious, this is the time. We only do about 2 bus tours a year, 3 if there's a big demand for it, and you start begging us for a tour. We usually do a 3rd one, but 2 a year is pretty much what we do. So this is the time to catch the early one, the spring tour, $777. So with that being said, I have a couple of words from people who have attended the bus tour, see how they liked it, and see if it's a fit for you.
Being involved with JK, it really took out a lot of the fear elements. it helped give confidence, is support group behind you, that when you stalled, there was always someone there to kind of move you forward and help you get to the next step. So really having that community piece and having that support group and the team members all around you to just help you feel confident and comfortable to take those steps. The first one's the hardest, the second one gets easier, the third one gets easier. And sometimes a lot of people stall before even making that first step. Just knowing that there's people there that have done it that can say to you, yes, you're on the right track. That's been huge for me. As an out-of-state investor, when you start to make relationships over the phone, and so you just have a name and a voice, but you don't really get to put a face and make those contacts. Coming here and getting to meet a lot of the people who've always just been a name and a voice, as well as people that you would have never met otherwise, it creates just so much more of a connection and opportunities for growth and development, and just moving forward and feeling more as that feeling of a team. Your power team is essential, especially as an out-of-state investor. And so it's really kind of opened my eyes to some more opportunities in different properties. So when I go home, it's just going to be offers, offers, offers.
I love that. I love that. So at this point, you have a choice. We hope to see you in Cleveland. We absolutely are dying to know what you write on that blank check that we're giving you thanks to US Real Estate Investing. Because as you know, you probably heard me say this before, but regardless, in the next 60 to 90 days, you're going to get your first check. It's either going to be your first cash flow check because you bought that first property the right way and you're building your financial freedom and your residual income, or it's going to be a totally different type of check. It's going to be a reality check that you didn't take action. US real estate is not part of your life, and therefore, that's what happens. But the beauty is that you get to decide now. You get to decide what you put on your blank check. And we are very excited to read what you put on your check. This is another one of our bus tours that we held last year. So this was a nice one. Very, very nice. We like to get about 25-ish, 30 people on a tour. That's our ideal number. And we'd love for you to join the community if you're not already part. We are thousands of members strong with over $100 million of US real estate acquired to date within the community. So congratulations to us all. We are making an impact, creating safe and affordable housing, having a great time in the process, and ever reaching and ever striving to build that.
This is my first bus.
Here is another quick message, and then we're going to wrap up for the night, from Kevin, who also attended the bus tour and is well on his way. He has already acquired a number of units in Cleveland.
This is my first bus tour. This bus tour has given me more confidence in buying US real estate because I physically saw what type of neighborhoods, what type of properties, what are the rehab standards. It gave me a really good idea of what people need to be well in their property here. So have a good idea of what rehab needs to be done, what the neighborhood is like a Section 8 neighborhood, what neighborhood is cash rental, depending on which it will be more cash flowing, which one pays more. So having the bus tour with Cal and Janie and the people they invite from their circle of expertise. They have realtors, they have inspectors and everything. So with all this expertise, you have a really good idea of what type of area is for which type of investment. So I definitely recommend the bus tour to help you see what can be done here. And I am planning on buying 4 to 5 properties a year and even more in the coming years. So I'm planning on building a real estate park here in the United States.
Absolutely, he's planning. He's not just planning on it, he's doing it. So this is how you get instant access to RSVP your spot on the tour. Take a picture of this QR code or click on the link that the JK team put in the chat. Or remember, jkrealestatepartners.com. If you go to our website, you scroll all the way to the bottom, you're going to see a countdown timer. That should bring you right to the bus tour as well if you forget the link that we've been giving you. 777, that's what we have for you. I hope you enjoy and take this opportunity to do now for tomorrow and get the lifestyle you deserve. Have a great evening, everyone.